And if so, could we take out the nuclear program in Iran militarily?
If the diplomacy fails and they move ahead to acquire a nuclear weapon, we've been pretty clear that that will be an unacceptable risk to both our own country but also to the region. And we have military capabilities in place, and we continue to keep them in readiness to, if asked, to eliminate, delay is actually the right phrase, Iran's nuclear program.
What have you learned about cyber threats from the North Korea hacking of Sony Pictures? How vulnerable are we to a cyber Pearl Harbor?
Cyber can be incredibly destructive. It can be disruptive, it can disrupt, and it can destroy. And it can destroy hardware, it can disable critical infrastructure, which could lead to loss of life. And I think those capabilities are out there. And, you know, we have, in every domain, Chris, we generally enjoy a significant military advantage. But we have peer competitors in cyber.
In other words, we don't have an advantage over them.
We don't have an advantage. It's a level playing field, and that makes this chairman very uncomfortable.
What do you think of Vladimir Putin?
I actually try not to, you know, to render my opinion about heads of state. Can I speak to you about Russia? I think Russia is on a very provocative and dangerous path. I called my counterpart in Russia, and I said to him, his name is Valery Gerasimov, and I said, you know, Valery, we began our careers 40 years ago facing off across the intra-German border, East Germany, West Germany. I said, you know, don't tell me we're going to do this again.
The Pentagon budget. Under sequestration, you are set to face more spending cuts. The active Army is down from a high of 570,000 now to 510,000, and you will be down to 490,000 by September. General, is there some point at which your resources would be cut so much that you would have to say we can no longer defend this country from the threats we face?
Yeah, absolutely, and I think it's called sequestration. And the analysis we've done would drive it to 420, and it could actually go lower under certain circumstances. The Budget Control Act and the sequestration mechanism is imposed on us in 2016. Yes, we will have to change our strategy, become far less able to do the things that we think the country needs us to do.
Finally, when you survey the horizon, whether it's the threat from ISIS and Al-Qaeda and other affiliated groups, Russia on the march, Iran, China, North Korea, how dangerous is this world, and how much do you worry about your ability, the military's ability, to defend our country?
So you've kind of laid out the house of horrors, right? And as in so doing, you've laid out the fact that there are state actors that could coerce us or constrain us, and there are non-state actors. What we've had to do is adapt our military to address both of those challenges. And you ask, you know, am I concerned about it? Of course I'm concerned about it. But I also want to remind everyone, we are still the most powerful nation in the world by any measure, likely to remain so, unless we talk ourselves out of it and legislate ourselves out of it with things like the Budget Control Act, and that we've been through difficult periods in our history before. What will get us through this is investing in our human capital, because we're going to have to think our way through the future, not bludgeon our way through it.
General Dempsey, first of all, thank you so much for talking with us. Yeah. And through you, to all of the members of the military, thank you all for your service.
Thank you, sir. Good to see you.